Yeah, for real. Testing 1 2. Amazon. If you it won't work, you can get a refund from Amazon. Testing 1 2. Well, give me a second. I am. No, my microphone's not working correctly, so I am adding the microphone in, and now I see that it's working. Trying to see if my audio is working. So I think my audio just kicked in. Anyway, let me know, Al and Paul, if my audio is working. It should. Okay. Okay, it takes a few, for some reason, and I don't understand why it takes so long for, there's a big delay between what I am saying and when I log on to talk to y'all guys and when it actually comes through over there on YouTube. We're talking about almost 6, 7, 8, 10 seconds. So But anyway, I'm hoping that it is working. And I have just now been able to bring up the chat, so great. I can see the chat, and my audio's working, and I can see you guys. So it's going to take a little bit to get this YouTube thing going and figure it out, but I will tell you there is a big time delay between the time I go live and the time it hits y'all. Almost 10 seconds in some cases. So that's okay. And is there anybody out there by the name of Luana? I know she's out there. Luana, I was making something the other day, and is it you that asked me for the give me tea thing? So Luana, is this what you were talking about, Luana? Yeah. Look at the screen. Yeah, hello in 10 seconds. Look at the screen. Is this what you were talking about, Luana? I know, but look at the screen. Can't you see something that you asked me for? Like this right here. Oh, you're just now seeing that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so all right, so yeah, I made this. Yeah. Yeah, I've made this for you, and I will see about getting it. And I got your email, by the way. And did you send? I don't know if you sent me your address, but if not, send me your address so I can ship this to you. So, but anyway, I made this for you. Give me tea. My wife has already confiscated the one that says give me coffee. Yep. Yep, so just send me, I'll look at your email, because I know you sent me an email, but I don't know that I have your address, your shipping address. So send me your shipping address if you haven't already in the email, and I will send this to you. So yeah, so before we go any further, let me talk about my wonderful sponsors, and they are Devotable Technologies. Let me pull them down here. For web design, development, hosting, visit devotable.com. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker. Go to fastcap.com. Rockler, 60 years in woodworking. Create with confidence. Visit rockler.com. Bearwood Supply, your best choice for hard to find woodworking supplies. Go to bearwood.com. And Klingspor, woodworking shop, the sanding specialist. Seiko, the scroll saw specialist. Seiko.com. And last but not least, our new one, which I haven't got on here, is Scrollnado, the best dust collection for your scroll saw. And he can be found on. Okay, all right, but is Scrollnado, and you can purchase them on. He doesn't have any other place to purchase them other than Amazon. So if you want a Scrollnado, you will have to go to Amazon to purchase the Scrollnado. So my sleep schedule is way off since I've been home. Stay up and then go back at 10. So wow, yeah. Since Jim Bashir's had surgery. Jimbo, congrats, Jimbo, to everyone. My 50th wedding anniversary is 50 years. Holy crap! I don't think my wife. Yeah, 50 years. I don't think my wife could put up with me for 50 years. My wife right now and I have only been married for 15 years. So, wow, 50 years. That's a long time. And good to have you, Jim, in my ear. I got Jim, Paul, and Al, and so don't get too carried away because y'all will confuse the hell out of me. So tonight we're going to make a vase on the scroll saw. Now, I could have made this pattern, but somebody makes it already, and it makes such a good job that I just went ahead and downloaded the pattern, and that is my good friend Steve Good from scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. And he has a lot of patterns on there, and he has a whole CD with patterns on it for vases. And so I'm like, why reinvent the horse? Why would I even want to waste my time when it takes me like 3 seconds to download the pattern and print it? So, so this is a pattern that I downloaded from Steve Good. This is the front of the vase, and this is what it's going to look like. Now, I will tell you that I could kick his butt, because this is some really intricate scrolling right in there. So I'm like, man, I'm going to have a challenge with this tonight, trying to scroll all in this little tight spaces. Wow. So, but that's the front. Well, I'm just showing it. That's the front of the vase. Now, I decided to do this out of pine. You can't find 1/4-inch pine, at least nowhere that I know of. So I just took a piece of 3/4 inch, ripped it down the center, which made it slightly less than 3/8 because of the blade of the bandsaw, and then I ran it through the drum sander until I got it down to close to 1/4 inch. So this is about 1/4 inch pine, and this is the front. Now the back is going to be the same thing, but it's going to be solid, and it's going to be 1/4 inch pine. And then you have the 2 centerpieces that you will cut out that are 3/4 inch pine. There's 2 of these. I got the other one laying down there. I'm not going to hold it up, but there's 2 of these. So you cut 2 of these out, and the total together would make it 1.5 inches, would make it 3 inches, because yeah, that should be about right. 3 inches. No, 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches for 3. And, oh no, 3/4 and 3/4, 1.5 inches, and then I add a half to, it'll be 2 inches. I'm sorry, 2 inches. So 1/4 inch for these. So we're going to start tackling this one right here tonight with all the little thousands and thousands of miniature holes in it. And if it's going to be quite a challenge, because I'm going to tell you, like I said, some of these holes, I had a hard time getting a drill bit as small as it was. I started to blow this thing up, but then I'd already had the pine cut to size to do it the size he made it, and I'm thinking to myself, alright, that ain't gonna work, so I'm gonna have to pretty well go by whatever size he did. So, but we'll get started on it, and we'll see what I can do. I noticed my Scrollnado is not picking up as good, and I had to cut a couple of things the last couple of days on my own for something, and I think my vacuum cleaner bag, it needs to be cleaned out. It's picked up all the dust, so it's not the Scrollnado itself, it's the vacuum cleaner bag is lacking. Oh, I won't have to turn this down, I can tell you that right now. Oh yeah. I'm also, yeah, the vacuum cleaner bag is full. I'm gonna have to see if I can get this out of the way so y'all can see. Yeah, I know. And I'm very aware of that, John. But I was like, Baltic birch and pine for the center wouldn't have looked good, and I'll be danged if I was going to spend or cut up some walnut and stuff for this. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be I may not get through all this tonight. I may have to show off the thing next week. Oh, this is going to take a while because there's tons and tons and tons of just small, and I have to go very, very slow, otherwise I'll get what John was saying, the pine warning. In other words, well, I would say yes in some ways, but nah, it'll the straight blade is actually the way to go with this. Oh well, because if I screw up on a piece of pine, I ain't lost a whole lot. If I screw up on a piece of walnut, I'm going to be upset. It's not worthy of walnut. No, it's not that. I haven't cut this pattern out, so I want to make sure that I cut it out, and then I'll try it maybe in some walnut or something. It's not a bad pattern to cut. After I'm starting to cut it right now, so it's just these pieces are very, very small at the end. Once I get into the center, they'll get bigger, but then once I get to the end of the other leaf, then guess what? They're going to get smaller again. I'm going to have to give Steve a how to make patterns 101 course. Make them big for us old people that can't see very good. I say that, and then I've got this huge magnifying glass with a light on it in front of me, so you would think I'd be able to see it. It's not too bad. I've slowed the scroll saw down, so. I have not seen the new mag lift for the DeWalt, but I will tell you this. There's an older gentleman that has been producing lifts for scroll saws for years, and I'm kind of even wondering, I was going to contact him and point him in that direction, ask him, isn't that kind of like a copyright violation? Or, because it's almost like he's duplicating whoever's doing that, one of the lifts that I've seen before. So, it's not me to say. I'm not saying it is. Well, you're right. The older man might not have a patent on such thing, but yeah, he might not, and you're right. So therefore, if he doesn't, then people can take advantage of him. So, well, I don't know. I just, as soon as I saw it, I know that there's an older gentleman that's been producing lifts for scroll saws that are very, very, very similar to that one. And I just thought it was interesting. Well, I'm allowed to speak my mind, so to speak. I didn't say there was a copyright violation. I didn't say that he copied the other guy. I'm just saying it is very, very similar to one that an older gentleman has been producing for years, and I just found it interesting. Oh, by the way, this is 1/4 inch pine, but I'm using a #1 ultra reverse Flying Dutchman blade, and it is just absolutely just, I mean, cutting through this pine like hot butter. It's almost like I got to be extremely careful to maneuver my saw or maneuver my blade, because it's like, wow. And I kind of knew it was going to be this way, but you know, hey, why not go ahead and make your own material? I've got a bandsaw, I've got a joiner, a planer, a drum sander. So I took a piece of 3/4 inch 1x12 and ripped it down and made cut it in half, which made it basically a little bit less than 3/8 by the blade size. And then it was so nice and smooth, I took it straight to the drum sander and brought it on down to about 1/4 inch. It's a little bit thicker than 1/4 inch, to be honest with you. But this, see how slow this is? It's just repetitive, repetitive, repetitive. What I'll do is if I don't finish this, or we get about 3/4 of the way of the show, if y'all guys in my ear will remind me about the time. So let's say about 7:30, 8:30. So about 8:10. Let me know when it's about 8:10, 8:15, and I'll jump onto a couple of bigger parts and then finish cutting this out later. Yeah, because this is slow go. Oh, and to those of you, if some of you are watching tonight, I owe drill bits to. I will try to get them out on either Thursday or Friday from Let's Talk Shop with Russ. I found some cardboard that has some really nice honeycomb to it that I think I can stick the bits in and put it in a letter. For those of you who don't know, on Mondays and Tuesdays I watched my 2-year-old twin grandkids, a boy and a girl. Matter of fact, I posted a video of them dancing in my backyard the other day when we were outside. And so Mondays and Tuesdays I don't do anything in the shop. Matter of fact, I don't do anything of anything other than watch them, because let me explain something to you. They're 2 years old. They get into anything and everything at the drop of the hat so fast that you blink your eye and they're into something. So there's no way I can do anything in the shop, do any mailing, go to the store, or anything on Mondays and Tuesdays, because I'm watching them. So, but I was able this afternoon when I was milling this wood to look, and I found a piece of cardboard. I was going to bring it in and show it, but I forgot to. That I was thinking like, wow, this is perfect for shoving those drill bits in and putting them in an envelope and mailing them. What are you laughing at, Al? What is... Oh. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I am happy, 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 happy. Couldn't be happier. We have Al and I, and oh, Paul too. We have a mutual friend of ours that is their channel has been growing by leaps and bounds lately, and it's just that's actually fantastic. I'm so happy. I can say that part. It's Brenda uh, on my show on Let's Talk Shop with Russ. Her page is just taking off by leaps and bounds, and it's like that is just so fantastic for her. She does the Heifer Haven, where she gives people advice. She didn't say it was good advice; it's just her advice. She does all kinds of stuff on her show. Oh yes, on Thursday nights, her and Matt Haas do Mind Equals Blown. Okay, cool. So yeah, her channel is just doing absolutely fantastic. So go look her up if here on YouTube. Yeah, Brenda G Designs. And if you're not a follower or subscriber to her channel, go subscribe and follow her. Al, is she watch or is she in the chat tonight? Oh, yeah, but I mean she's in my chat tonight. Oh, okay. Hey, Brenda, I am so Donna Presley's out there also. But first, let me, Brenda, I am so happy for you. I am so excited for you that your channel is growing and doing so well. That is fantastic. Might I say I might have had a little something to do with it. I mean, after all, she's on my show every week. Just a joke, just a joke. No, she's doing it all. She's doing it all on her own. I just had to say that, just to mess with her. I'm just messing with you, Brenda. And Donna Presley's out there in the chat. Yeah, Donna. I moved. Donna PM'd me today over on Facebook and said, "What? No Twitch?" And I'm like, "No, we moved it over here to YouTube." I just got so many people that complained about Twitch and the way Twitch was doing. A lot of people like Aussie Man and a few others couldn't even watch the channel due to the by the way, the blade slipped out. I had to check it. Due to Twitch, and they're not the only ones that's told me that. Several people have. So I moved it over here to YouTube to try it, and I think I'm just pretty well going to leave it here on YouTube. So I do believe. So here we are, just cruising along, cutting out these little tiny petals for this. These are the leaves. by the way, of the flower. Cutting out these little tiny leaves. Back to Brenda and her channel. But I mean, and everybody will tell you this. Don't it make you feel good, Brenda, that once you start growing and you actually see the fruits of your labor, so to speak? Don't that just encourage you and make you feel so good? I know it does me. Every time I check and I see, I'm like, wow. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very, very happy for you, Miss Brenda. And I do also want to point out that Miss Donna has some I'm broke right now, or I'd buy some of them. I was telling my wife about them the other day, and she looked at them. But some bunnies that she hand makes bunny rabbits for sale for Easter with the child's name on it. And so you need to go over to Donna Presley. She's over Donna Presley over on Facebook that she's selling right now for Easter. I'm broke. Trust me. I just went to Atlanta for the woodworking show. So that was about $800 trip. And me and my wife, my son, Corey, is getting married next month on a cruise. So me and my wife are going on the cruise. So that's another oops, sorry about that. I need to hold on, give me a second. I gotta find the I'll get this stabilized for you. My hand keeps catching the cord. I forgot to put it on the hook. But he's taking a cruise. We're going to it's like a week cruise. We're going to Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. And so I had to pay for that cruise on top of the trip to Atlanta for the woodworking show. So I am broke. Yep. So go over and check out Donna over on Facebook, Donna Presley. Yeah, and she's got these beautiful bunny rabbits that she hand makes, and also I think Brenda sells some stuff too. She hand makes. Both of them are kind of like handy crafters, so to speak. Did you hear about that that cruise over there? Their engines failed here within the last week, and You know what? It's kind of like this. It's just the same thing as an airplane. I mean, people hear, "Oh, I'm not going to fly." There's airplane crashes because you hear an airplane crash, and it kills 500 people or 300 people. I mean, it kills a lot of people, and you think like, "Oh my God, I'll never get on one again." Do you realize how many planes take off and land at airports across the United States every day and never have a problem? I mean, hundreds. I when I took off from when I took off from Atlanta to come back to Florida, there was 4 planes in front of our plane. We were the 5th in line, and they would pull out on the taxiway and take off. They'd pull out of the taxiway and take off. Just as soon as the one would clear the runway out of the end and start pulling away, that we would be on our way right behind them. So I'm like, just hundreds of flights. So there's a lot of cruises going out every single day. So there's going to be problems. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's look at the damn Titanic. They said that sucker wouldn't sink, and it did. There's going to be problems. My way of looking at it is, if I'm going to die on a cruise, and I didn't go on the cruise, and I'm going to die in a car accident, it was my time to go. You can't sit around all your life and worry about what if. Who's out there? Katie Dotson, Bob Lee. Hey Katie, hey Bob. Glad to have y'all out there. But yeah, if it's your time to go, I don't care if you're laying in your bed. You're gone. So I don't know. I'm not going to live my life in fear of the what if that was the case. Automobile accidents are probably one of the number one thing across the world that kill more people every day as automobile accidents. I wouldn't even be able to go to the store and get groceries if that was the case. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to jump on that ship and I'm going to have fun. My son's getting married on the ship, and we're going to have a blast for 5 days. Yep, we're going to have a blast. What time are we looking at, guys? 7:06. All right, so I got another few more minutes. I'm going to cut on this stupid flower Steve Good put on this vase. I'm going to have to have a talk with Steve about doing these damn patterns and how to do them right. You want big petals so us people with old eyes can see how to cut them. I gotta call him, by the way. Steve Good's out in the chat. Great. Hey, I need to call you and talk to you. Hey, are you listening to me talk about the way you make patterns? I want to call you tomorrow. What time do you? Yeah. What time do you usually wake up? Anyway, this is, by the way, Steve, this is your pattern. It sucks, but it's your pattern. Damn, I gotta quit this because I hassled him the other night on the other show, Let's Talk Shop with Russ. He's actually gonna think I don't like him. He was like, dang, what did I ever do to Russ? Man, I didn't realize when Steve, when I downloaded this pattern, I didn't realize how small these little petals were until I started having to drill the holes in them, and I was like, holy crap. Yeah, they're small. What do you say? I don't like you either. Okay. Well, I deserve that one, that's for sure. But yeah, that's for sure. Now I've been wanting to do one of these vases for a while, and I thought about making one, and then I went on Steve's page and saw he's got like dozens of patterns of these vases. This is his most recent one that he's put out. Good scrollers. You designed this one for good scrollers. Well, Steve, I think I'm doing pretty good so far. Yep, I think I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm getting it. I'm getting her done. Uh, 810. Okay. Let me cut out. Let me do this little old tiny, tiny, tiny sucker in the corner, and maybe a couple more, and then I'll go into the other pieces. Because there's no way. I knew when I started on this, there was no way I'm going to be able to do it all tonight. It's just. He said what? About a 10-minute job, okay. Well, I should have finished it 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I can hear you. Well, guess what? I just broke a blade. You see what I did? I just broke a blade. All right, so that's obvious. I'm not going to finish that. So I'm not going to finish the front of this tonight, because I want to show you all the other pieces that go to this, and they are one of them, which I know I can cut out in just a few minutes. Let me change over, which this is one of the. Well, that I ain't doing too fast on this thing tonight. I can tell you that right now. Those are little tiny cuts, and we'll have to show. Hey, Steve Good, have you ever you do Discord? You know how to do Discord, Steve Good? You know what Discord is? Well, I know, but if you don't know what Discord is, somebody talk to him. Yeah. Anyway, Steve, do you know anything about Discord? Okay. Alright, well, we're going to have to enlighten you on this Discord thing and show you about it. And it's really pretty nice. It's nothing to really install or anything. You just open up an account in their app, and then we can. It's kind of like Skype or Hangouts. It's like all the others, but it's totally voice operated, and that's what I have. Al Forte, Jim Bashirs, and Paul Corliss are all in my ear talking to me. Over where on Facebook? All right, Steve, you haven't go over to Facebook, Steve. You haven't accepted Al's friend request yet, and he has sent you the link that you can come into Discord. So, but if you would accept his friend request, and then you'll see. All right, so this is the inside of the vase, and I want to get this cut so I can show you something real quick. But this is it. I mean, it's simply just these skinny pieces on the outside and the bottom. So let me hurry up and get one of these cut before I have to end the show. So here we're going to go with this rather fast. Oop, I'll turn this thing on. I'm using a number 3 blade right now. I bumped it up a little bit so I can go a little bit faster. Actually, I could have jumped all the way up to a 5, but I didn't see any 5s sitting there, so. But Steve has a CD, if I'm not mistaken, on his channel that has wooden vases on his CD that you can purchase, and he just has a bunch of patterns similar to this for making wooden vases on a scroll saw. So I would highly recommend, if you see me doing this tonight, it's not hard. It is not hard at all. But if you see me doing this tonight and you're like, wow, I really like the look of that, and go over to his scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com and scroll through his page, and you will find the CD of the wooden vases, and I would encourage you to buy it. Cool. Okay, a DVD or a download. So, yeah. But yeah, I would highly encourage you to do it, because I've made a few of these over the years, and he has perfected the patterns really nice, and got some really beautiful patterns. I made them on my own, but like I said, when I just thought about doing this project the other day, I was thinking, like, why would I even want to take the time to worry about making my own pattern? I'll just download it from his website, because, you know, why reinvent the wheel? You see, I knew I should have cut this. Oh, is it sliding off? Yep, it slid off. I knew I should have cut this up higher before I did that. Now I'm pushing this pretty fast and pretty hard, so I'm hoping this pine holds up. So, all right. So there's the inside of the vase. And I'm not going to cut the other inside. I'm going to go ahead and do the back side of it so I can kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like. So this is the back side, which is a solid piece, and this is the 1/4 inch material. This is one of the 2 center pieces, and this is the front side I was working on tonight with the flower. So let me cut this back side, and I can sandwich it together with one of the middle pieces, and that'll give you a little bit better of an idea as to actually what it's going to look like. I know this is only an hour show and I would keep you over, but to be honest with you, that that flower has just so many pieces, and they're so small. It would probably take me an hour just to finish off that flower, so I don't want to spend the whole time just on that flower when I want to show you how it's going to actually come together. And I'll put this together and maybe even make a little video of me putting it together, gluing it, and have it ready for next week, so when we do the show you can, like I did the snowman, where you can see how it was actually done. And then on Steve Good's pattern, he has I mean, really good instructions on how this thing works and how it goes together and how to sand it and everything. So if you download one of his patterns, he shows you how to do it. Okay, so there's the back side. Okay, back side solid, middle piece goes on to the back side, and then you have the front piece that has not been cut out yet. Yes, you can sand the inside if you want to. Some of these pieces in here, if you feel like it. Once you put it together, you're not going to be able to sand it, but you can go ahead and sand these 2 pieces. What I would recommend if you're going to do that is to cut this other piece here. Let me go ahead and, what time are we running at, guys? Oh, 7:28:20. Oh yeah, well, here I got plenty of time. I can get this other outside or the inside piece cut, and that, yeah, in that period of time. I know I can. Donna Pierce said what?
She says amazing.
Oh. One of the guys from the Gwinnett Woodworkers, when I was doing that horse this weekend, when I actually had some time there at the end to actually had some time to actually scroll on that horse, was standing over my shoulder watching me, and he made the comment, he says, "Wow, you're actually pretty good at that." And I said, "Well, I've been doing it for almost 40 years. If it wasn't, I wasn't pretty good by now, then something's wrong." He started busting out laughing. He goes, "Yeah, that's one way of looking at it." Yeah, if you've been scrolling as long as I have, and you're not pretty good at it, then. Something's wrong. Hey, do you think you could have made those damn little that flower on the front any smaller? I said, Steve, do you think you could have made that damn little flower on the front of this vase any smaller? Oh, okay. I heard you. I'm kind of concentrating on getting this thing cut out pretty quick, so I'm in the speed mode right now. But I just wanted to try to get, all right, come on here now. Don't get all this shaky stuff up on me while I'm trying to finish this. That just is not going to work. Okay. All right, so let's go, let's get to this. So here are the two center pieces that I'm holding up. Okay, these are the center pieces. You're going to glue both of these pieces together along with the back, okay, and then along with the front, which I have not totally got the side pieces cut out, but you're gonna put that on the front, and so you will have your vase. Now, like I said, if you download Steve Good's pattern on this, he has very good instructions, and also has pictures of how to put it together and what it will look like, and then how to sand it and everything. So I just wanted to go ahead and show. I haven't made one of these in a long time, and I was going through some things on what I wanted to scroll, and I was like, well, let's just do this vase. I mean, because I really like the looks of this. I really like the looks of it. Don't like the flower so much because he put so dead burn little scrolls pulls on. It's going to look really good though when I get it done. But and I will get this all cut out next show, because we're running on, what time are we running, guys? It's got to be 8:30. Yeah, it's got to be right at 8:30. So I'll get this finished cutting out, and then I will get it all sanded and glued together, and I'll make a little video like I did on the snowman, that I can show y'all on how I assembled it and finished cutting it out and everything. A little, you know, like 5-minute video. I don't want to carry it on too long on here, but I would highly recommend, if you've never made one of these, and You can. I just use pine. You can use pretty much any kind of material you want to. Now I'm fortunate enough to have the bandsaw that I was able to rip the 3/4 inch pine down the center and then take it and put it on the drum sander and get it down to about 1/4 of an inch thick. So, and to be honest with you, it wasn't that hard. I just had to slow my saw down and concentrating on the cuts because this cuts so very easy. But that's the same way it is when 1/4 inch Baltic birch and 1/8 inch Baltic birch. I mean, you got to kind of like slow the saw down a little bit and be careful because you'll be over into the next space and cut through one of those lines in a heartbeat, you know. It don't take but a second, so you need to slow the saw down. That way you can gain control of it and then go through and take your time and have fun. Don't make it, you know, don't make it hard on yourself. Just have fun by slowing the saw down and everything. You'll have a lot of fun. And I did really enjoy that. There's a couple of, that one right there in the corner, that sucker is super, super small. It's almost like the run of a blade up in there. So, but we'll get the rest of this cut out, and I'll make a little video showing you how to. And like I don't like repeating myself, but on his pattern he does have has a lot of pictures, which I love pictures. Man, I love watching somebody doing something that makes it a lot more clearer to me than them trying to explain it to me. So he's got lots of pictures on doing this, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. I really do, making one of those vases and cutting it out. So, but don't forget, it's Steve Good's scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. Just type Steve Good. That's what I was telling everybody. The woodworking show, they were asking, can you repeat that again? I said Steve Good. Just type Steve Good into Google and you'll find him. That's what I said. So the vase is beautiful, Luana says. Yes, and I will get with you on this, on getting you this Give Me Tea. I made this for Luana. I'm going to send it to her. I did the other one was Give Me Coffee, and then I had made a couple other ones. One of them was I Love Coffee. I Love Coffee, Give Me Coffee, and Coffee Beast is the three that I can remember. And then she says, well, I drink tea, so I want tea, so I made her the Give Me Tea. So that was last week. Alright guys, well, it's getting time for us to call it a night. I appreciate all y'all being out there. James Parker, Donna Presley, Katie Dotson, Matt Haas, Jim Bashir's, Aussie Man, all the way from Australia, watches me every single week. I appreciate you so very much. Chris Ahern is out there tonight. Yep. Yep, don't forget the thumbs up. Since we are back here on YouTube, you can give me thumbs up over here. Let me go back through Katie Dotson. Dennis has been out there. Dennis 11348. Luana Pierce has been there. Michelle Marcoux. Hi Michelle, how you doing? He's a long-time watcher of the show and hears every week. I appreciate you being out there. I'm just running back through to see who else has been here. Thank you all so very much for watching. Brian Warner, I really do appreciate you being here every week for my show. Thank you so very much. There's only one thing we have left to do, and that is, if I can get the song right, when the sun comes a-peeping into where I'm sleeping, it's out to my shop I go, just making piles of sawdust and getting covered from head to toe. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and God bless.